Where do we larvicide?
Let's first view where occupied granules work best. Here we are looking at a drain runoff in Montebello Estates. The cattails, as you see here, are often a key sign of marshy land and shallow, stagnant water. In an area such as this, aquebeck granules would be the best larvicide to use. Other areas where aquebeck works best include flooded ditches on the sides of roads and railroads, tires, and other marshy grasslands. Here is an example of a roadside ditch where we larvicide. This ditch will flood after rains, and that is when we apply the granules. Otherwise, the granules will be washed away. Now let's view the aquebeck being applied to a flooded ditch. Here we are using a sprayer to evenly disperse the granules with the correct amount of larvicide to treat the area. In areas with tall cattails, the dispenser is not as effective, and applying larvicide by spreading them over the tops of cattails so that the granules can spread out and drop down works best. Here is a pool of standing water that has been treated. Although it may be hard to see, notice the density of the granules in the water. Again, consult the larvicide application manual and depending on the amount of water, and treat accordingly. Now that we have an understanding of the granules, let's look at locations where we use bricks. In a city environment, catch basins are the most abundant source of standing water and a target for larvicides. At the beginning of the season, you will want to systematically go through each section of the city and check catch basins for standing water. Remember that often adjacent catch basins will be connected, so depending on the level of water, one brick may be good for an entire intersection of catch basins. Use judgment when treating the catch basins. If you are dealing with a catch basin that is very shallow below the pipe and appears to drain well when raining, you may choose not to apply a brick here because it would simply wash away. You want to target basins where it appears water is deeper and will not completely wash out with a rain. Untreated pools on abandoned lots are a mosquito's dream. Bricks are best used here, and in a pool such as this, 2 of the 30-day Alticid briquettes were used. Let's take a look at this pond. Notice the scum on the surface of the water, limiting any breeding grounds. Here, using an Alticid briquette is unnecessary. However, around the outer edges of the pond, there is shallow, standing water. This area does need to be treated. Applying aquebeck granules here would be appropriate. Here, at the North City Garage Swamp, an area like this would be a good place to use Alticid briquettes and aquebeck granules around the perimeter. This is not a pond with fish, just a drainage area that's begging to be infested with skeeters. We're here at Arboretum Park, and this is an area where we would larvicide. Notice all this grassy area is all marsh, and it's got a low level of water laying on top of it. Now, when we come around here, we wouldn't really larvicide any of the small stream because there's moving water.